Hello students, in this session we will discuss about how we can use databases and SQL in Python. First, what is database? A database is a file that is organized for storing data, or in other words, a structured set of data stored in a permanent storage is called as database. Most of the databases are organized like a dictionary, that is, they map from keys to values. The biggest difference between dictionary and database is on disk or other permanent storage. So it persists after the program ends. Because a database is stored on permanent storage, it can store far more data than a dictionary, which is limited to the size of the memory in the computer. There are many database management softwares like Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, SQLite, etc. They are designed to insert, retrieve data very fast. Here we are using SQLite software because it is already built into Python. SQLite is a C library that provides a lightweight disk-based database that does not require a separate server. It processes and allows accessing the database using a non-standard variant of the SQL query language. SQLite is designed to be embedded into other applications to provide database support within the applications. For example, the Firefox browser uses SQLite database internally. Now we'll discuss about the database concepts. For the first look, database seems to be a spreadsheet consisting of multiple sheets. The primary data structure in a database are tables, rows, and columns. In relational database terminology, tables are called relation, rows are called tuples, and columns are referred as attributes. Here we have a typical structure of database table. Each table may consist of n number of attributes and m number of tuples. Every tuple gives the information about the one individual. For example, here we have many rows. Okay, each row give the information about one individual. Database browser for SQLite. Many of the operations on SQLite database files can be easily done with the help of software called Database Browser for SQLite, which is freely available in this particular website, sqlitebrowser.org. Using this browser, one can easily create tables, insert data, edit data, or run simple SQL queries on the data in the database. This database browser is similar to a text editor when working with the text file. When you want to do one or very few operations on a text file, you can just open it in a text editor and make the changes you want. Suppose when you have many changes that you need to do a text file, then you have to write simple Python program to modify that particular data. Now how we can create the table? When we try to create a database table, we must specify the names of the table columns and type of data to be stored in those columns. When the database software knows the type of data in each column, it can choose the most efficient way to store and look up the data based on the type of data. Okay, here we have one simple code to create a database file and a table named tracks with two columns in the database. The connect method in this program That connect method of SQLite makes a connection to the database stored in the file. Okay, here file is music.sqlite in the current directory. If the file does not exist, it will be created. Sometimes the database is stored on a different database servers on which we are running our program. But all the examples what we are discussing here, we consider here will be the local file in the current working directory of the Python code. Next, a cursor method. A cursor method is like a file handler that we can use to perform operations on the data stored in the database. Calling cursor method is very similar to calling open when dealing with text files. Hence, once we get a cursor, we can execute the commands on the contents of the database using execute method. In this program, we are trying to remove the database table tracks if at all it existed in the current working directory. The drop table command deletes the table along with all its columns and rows. This procedure will help to avoid a possible error of trying to create a table with the same name. Then we are creating a table with name tracks. Here, name tracks, which has two columns with title, which can take text type, and and place, which can take integer type data. Once after using the or once our job with database is over, we need to close the connections using close method. Here we have the cursor method. What is the use of that cursor method? It is like a file handler that we can use to perform operations on the data stored in the database. So here we are performing different operations, that may be the execution or fetch one row or fetch all row. All these operations we are using the cursor method. Okay, this cursor method, it will just acts like a file handler, and that we can use to perform operations on the data stored in the database. Okay, now in the previous program we have discussed just how we can create a table, but we have not inserted any records into it. So consider another program which will create a table and then inserts two rows and finally delete record based on some conditions. In this program, we are inserting first record with the SQL command, that is insert into tracks, that has two columns, that is title and place, and values question mark, and values of that first row, title that is thunderstruck, and place that is 20. Here execute method requires SQL command to be in string format. So whatever command we are writing, we have to enclose that inside the single quote, or we can use the double quote. The question mark, here we have two question marks, acts as a placeholder for particular value. After inserting two rows, here we are inserting two rows, we must use commit method to store inserted record permanently. If this method is not applied, then the insertion will be temporarily and will affect only the current run of the program. Later we use select command to retrieve the data from the table and then use for loop to display all records. Next we'll discuss about this SQL summary. Okay, already you studied this concept in database subject in the 5th semester. We quickly go through all the commands that is used in the SQL. Actually, SQL commands are case insensitive, but it is common practice to write commands and clauses in uppercase just to just to differentiate them from table name and attribute names. Okay, under that first query or first command, that is create table. This command creates a table called tracks, create table tracks with attribute title and place, where title can store data type of text and place can store data type of integer. Okay, next command, that is insert into. This command inserts one record into table tracks where value for the attribute title and place are my way 15. Next, select command. Select command retrieve all the records from the table. Okay, here select star from table name we can specify. Again here we have one more, select star from tracks where title equal to my way. It retrieves the records from the table tracks having the value of the attribute title as my way. Okay, next command, that is order by. The values of attribute title and place are retrieved from the table, that is select title place from tracks, order by with the records ordered in ascending order of the title, ordered by title. Next, update. Okay, here we have the update. Here the value of the attribute place is assigned to a new value for the record having the value of title my way, that is update tracks, that is name table name, set place equal to place value equal to 16 where title equal to my way. Wherever we have the title my way, that place value you have to update. Okay, next, delete command. Here the record with value of the attribute title as my way is deleted from the table track, that is delete from tracks where title equal to my way. These are the some of the important commands that is used in SQL query. Okay, next we will discuss about the basic data modeling. The relational database management system has the power of linking multiple tables. The act of deciding how to break up your application data into multiple tables and establishing relationship between the tables is called data modeling. Basic data modeling. The relational database management system has the power of linking multiple tables. The act of deciding how to break up your application data into multiple tables and establishing relationship between the tables is called data modeling. The design document that shows the table and their relationship is called data model. The data modeling is based on the concept of database normalization, which has certain set of rules. Okay, in SQL, mainly we are using three kinds of keys. Sometimes we need to build a data model by putting our data into multiple linked tables and linking the rows of those tables using some keys. There are three types of keys used in database model. First one is logical key. Logical key is a key that the real world might use to look up a row. It defines the relationship between primary key and foreign keys. Most of the times, a unique constraint is added to a logical key. Since the logical key is how we look up a row from the outside world, it makes little sense to allow multiple rows with the same value in the table. In this example, name field, okay, here we have the name field, is a logical key. It is the screen name for the user, and we indeed look up a user's row several times in the program using name field. Okay, next key is the primary key. Usually a number that is assigned automatically by the database. In generally has no meaning outside the program and is only used to link rows from different tables together. When we want to look up a row in a table, usually searching for the row using the primary key is the fastest way to find the row. In our example, ID field, ID value 1234 is an example of a primary key. Next key is foreign key. Usually a number that points to the primary key of an associated row in a different table. For example, here we have form field is foreign key. Actually, this form field, that is primary key in people table, we are referring that key in follows table, and in follows, that is the foreign key. Okay, next we will discuss using join command how we can retrieve data. Now that we have followed the rules of database normalization and how data separated into two tables linked together using primary and foreign keys, we need to be able to build a select that reassembles the data across the tables. SQL uses join clause to reconnect these tables. Okay, in join clause, you specify the fields that are used to reconnect the rows between the table. In this example, the join clause indicates the fields we are selecting across both follows and people tables. Okay, here select star from follows, join people on follows dot form id equal to people dot id, where people id equal to 1. Here the join clause indicates the fields we are selecting across both the follows and people tables. There are clause indicates how the two tables are to be joined. Make the rows from follows and append the rows from people, where the field form id in follows is the same the id value in the people table. Okay, here we have the people table, again we have the follows table. In previous, here where people id equal to forms id equal to people id, where people id equal to 1. Okay, here we have the table, new table, that contains the attribute value of the people table, again attribute value of the follows table, name id from people table, form id, to id, that is from follows table, and here we are comparing follows form id equal to people id, where people id equal to 1. Wherever you have the people id equal to 1, we are just retrieving that particular data. Okay, thank you.